This has been a Hampton County story. This has been a Hampton County scandal.
A jury found the disgraced South Carolina attorney guilty of murdering his wife and his youngest son.
This has been the downfall of a family dynasty.
Today is not the end. It's the next step in a long road to justice for every person who has been victimized by Alex Murdaugh.
Justice for Stephen Smith, Alex.
Stephen Smith was another body in this orbit of the Murdaugh family.
Stephen was a gay young man in the low country of South Carolina. That is courageous in and of itself.
I can't imagine the terror he was in that night.
In the early morning hours of July 8, 2015, 19-year-old Stephen Smith was found dead in the middle of a rural road.
There was an autopsy that basically said it's a hit and run.
There was no vehicle debris, no broken headlight, paint scrapes or anything.
You never believed it?
No, not at all. He never would have been walking in that road, not voluntarily.
Do you believe Stephen was murdered?
I do.
An investigation of some sort took place that led nowhere. And then it went cold.
I wanted a second opinion.
Sandy Smith is unique in this whole story. She doesn't know who killed her son. She doesn't know why.
People in town really believed that it was connected to the Murdaughs in some way. The name Buster Murdaugh kept coming up.
I never had anything to do with his murder, and I never had anything to do with him on a physical level of any regard.
The rumors also suggest a cover-up.
We are aware of no evidence today that would suggest that any Murdaugh played any role in Stephen Smith's death or played any role in trying to cover up the investigation into his death.
All I want is peace and knowing what happened to my son. He's my world, and I'm gonna fight to the end.
This is a woman that has fought this battle alone since 2015, screaming as loud as she could with not a lot of people listening.
CBS News confirming that the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is now investigating Stephen Smith's death as a homicide.
The Murdaugh case brought Stephen's cold case to life.
Somehow, some way in the Murdaugh murder investigation, a new thread was opened up into Stephen Smith.
Our primary function right now is to have that body exhumed, have a true independent set of eyes look at it and tell us once and for all what really happened to Stephen Smith.
The gash was from part of this eyebrow across here. The injuries can tell us so much about what happened.
And in this case, they did.
They did.
Set the scene for me on July 8th, 2015, here.
Stephen was somewhat right here in the road.
How confident are you that you know what happened to Stephen Smith that night?
I'm as close to a degree of scientific certainty as I've ever felt.